The 21st season of ABC's The Bachelor just premiered on ABC. Reality Steve has been spoiling this show, telling us the play-by-play and even down to who wins every season, and this year's no different. Reality Steve is joining me now. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Amy.
We're excited about this season. Nick Viall is not an unknown person to this franchise. We've seen him across the years, so what can we expect?
Oh, geesh. We're so familiar with Nick because he got dumped on Andy's season. Then he came back on Caitlyn's season, and she dumped him at the end. And then he won on Bachelor in Paradise and got to the end and basically told Jen, the girl that he was seeing, no. And then he's named The Bachelor, and here we are with Nick, his fourth chance at love, because we all know the fourth time is a charm.
So how much heartbreak can a guy take? He's been on this 4 times. Is he just in it for the fame, or is he looking for love?
I really think he's no different than a lot of them. He is a guy that, obviously, his fourth time on the show, he knows what he's getting into. Honestly, I think Nick is in it for notoriety, publicity. He has moved to LA. I know he's taking hosting classes, something that you were very proficient in. Maybe you can teach Nick how to host things.
Call me. Yes, of course I will, but don't fall in love with me. That is an occupational hazard. Just saying. So talk about the 30 women. There's a lot of diversity this year, which we've not seen as part of this franchise before.
This season's going to be a little bit different. We've got, I believe it's 7 of the 30. That's a little less than a quarter of the cast is of color. And we have a girl this season that finally makes a very good first impression on Nick.
Okay, what do you mean? Maybe she gets the first impression rose?
Yes, she does. And all the more better, she's a Dallas girl. She's one of our own here in Dallas.
Tell us her name.
Her name is Rachel Lindsey. She is a 31-year-old lawyer here in Dallas. And that is great news for us because there's always been Dallas contingency on this show. Yep. And some have lasted very long. Melissa Rycroft was a winner of this show. And Jake Pavelka.
Love you, Jake.
So we've got a girl, a black girl, that gets to the final 3 this season. Which has never happened in the history of the show. That's a big deal. I mean, it may seem like, oh wow, a black girl made it to the final 3, big deal, but this is the 21st season. We've never had a black person, male or female. Well, if you add both seasons, we're talking 33 seasons. No black person has ever made the final 4.
Okay, so she's in the top 3 or 4. Yeah. You're hinting maybe she doesn't win. That's our next Bachelorette, people.
I would say that it's got to be her.
Come on, we need our Dallas girl there.
It doesn't make sense not to. She finally will last long enough. We're going to get to meet her family. We're going to get to see her go on her overnight date with Nick and have a little fun time. And then he's going to dump her right afterwards. And America's going to feel sorry for her. I mean, it's the perfect combination this season. If they don't do it this season, it's like they're never going to do it.
Steve, I heard a rumor that Us Weekly is actually taking some of your spoilers and using them as your own. True or false?
I can't stand those people. That's true. They don't want to credit me for anything. I reveal my spoilers before anybody else does on the internet every season. The day after I post something, they'll post the same exact story and say, our sources are telling us. And it's like, come on, you know where you got that from.
You know, they would do well to partner with you, Steve.
I know. They can't tell their readers that they're continuously getting out-scooped. So that's why they don't reference me, because if they do, that reader's going to be like, well, you keep referencing this guy spoiling. He's doing better than you. Yeah. And that's essentially what it's come down to.
Okay, so walk us through this season. Any surprise contestants on there?
There is a girl this season that shows up the first night who has a past with Nick. She's not a former contestant. However, she was the maid of honor at Jade and Tanner's wedding that was televised in January. She is Jade's best friend.
Okay.
Her and Nick had sex the night of Jade and Tanner's wedding. And so they bring her on, and her storyline is, I don't know if he remembers me because we haven't spoken since that night. And then it's like, okay, where do we go from here?
Oh my gosh, awkward. Yeah. Oh, Steve, you spoil me. So, give us the top 4 on the season of The Bachelor.
So the top 4 are Corinne Olympios. She is like 24, spoiled brat. She's going to be the villain of the season, the girl that none of the other girls like. Rachel Lindsey, our Dallas lawyer. Vanessa Grimaldi, who is a 30-year-old special needs teacher from Montreal, Canada. And then there is Raven Gates, who is a 25-year-old boutique shop owner from a little small town in Arkansas called Hoxie, Arkansas. Very, very thick Southern accent. So very, very cute girl. One of my early season favorites, just based on what I've seen so far.
Do you know who wins The Bachelor?
Of course I do. Yes. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
If I didn't know, we wouldn't be doing this interview probably.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Stop the tape here if you don't want to know, but I know you want to know. Who wins the 21st season of The Bachelor?
It is a Canadian girl by the name of Vanessa Grimaldi. She's Italian. She speaks 3 different languages. She also teaches special ed. She's a special needs teacher.
Okay.
And very pretty girl, brunette. You could tell on the first night when she gets out of the limo and Nick's subsequent talk with her at the cocktail party. He's intrigued by her the first night, makes it known. But she's the girl in the end that wins. And it's now 16 of the last 17 seasons have ended in an engagement. And there's been, 2 marriages? I think 3 in the last 17 years.
Okay.
So an engagement on this show really means nothing because it's basically the product of what the show wants you to do.
Are you happy with that choice? Do you know anything about?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know much about Vanessa. I know it's going to be tough considering she's a Canadian citizen. He lives in LA and wants to be on TV and be a host. Is this relationship going to work out? I mean, put it this way. Nick's not moving to Canada.
Okay.
And so does this girl want to be in the limelight? Does she want to start doing special needs teaching in LA? Is she going to become a fame whore like a lot of them and just want to do modeling pictures and take selfies on Instagram and sell teeth whitening products like they all do?
Oh my gosh, that was a total direct
No,
take
it
to
wasn't.
me. That was a total direct take to me. Yes, I think that she should become a fame whore. There's good money in that whoring around.
Yeah.
Call me also, Vanessa, if you need help
Yeah.
with that. I got both of them. Reality Steve's been covering love for 21 seasons, so you must be the master. Is it true you might host your own love talk show?
No, that's false. I'm not hosting any love talk show anytime soon. But I do have my Dr. Reality Steve column on every Thursday on realitysteve.com where I ask my readers to send in any of your relationship, marriage, sex, dating questions, and I will answer them. I love doing it. I've always been fascinated by other people's relationships. So come to me. I have no ties to these people, and I will tell them directly what I think of their situation. It's fun for me.
My friend Steve, thank you so much for being here. RealitySteve.com is the website you need to know, and keep watching ABC's The Bachelor every Monday night at 8, 7 Central. For what? I just told you everything.